Hey, I'm Brandon, and today we are checking out the Sidi X-Power Boots. Now, I know these look like, if Papa Smurf got turned into a boot, but they have a few other color options within the line if this is not your forte. I kind of like how loud these boots are. Pat and I have been using these off and on quite a bit and testing them out, and yeah, they get some looks every time we're out there on the trail. So you either love them or you hate them, but they are building upon the X3. I'm sure most of you are familiar with those and getting some cues from the Toho boots, which makes them a little bit more low profile, a little bit more lighter weight. Some of the Sidi boots within their line are very bulky, and these are certainly a little bit better off when it comes to the overall size and the bulk that they're bringing to the table. They're starting at $450, so they are still going to be considered an entry-level boot within Sidi's line. I wouldn't say they're the most entry-level, but they're maybe just a step above, which is hard to believe considering they're $450. But you got to keep in mind, Sidi is known for their quality when it comes to their footwear and the overall boots. I mean, this stuff lasts for a very long time. I still have a pair of Sidi cycling boots, cycling shoes I've had for 10 years now. So this stuff is built to last for sure. I'm really impressed with Sidi quality, and that's why, their price point's at a little bit higher, a little bit more premium when it comes to the overall quality. So just something to keep in mind there. Let's talk about the fit before I get into all the nitty-gritty details here. So the fit, I typically wear a size 10.5 to a size 11 in most of my riding shoes and riding boots. I am sitting in a size 11 perfectly. The toe is right there on the end though, so I don't have too much wiggle room in these. I have a little bit more room in the overall width, I will say, in comparison to some other Sidi options that I've tried in the past, which is good for me because I have a big metal plate in around the ankle of my right leg. So it is nice to have a little bit more room in that area, because sometimes some of the Sidi boots, I simply can't wear them because they lock in the ankle very nicely, which is really great for the overall protection and making sure everything's secure. But because of my metal plate, I need a little bit more wiggle room. And with these, I have just that little bit of extra wiggle in here. It just feels that much more comfortable than some of the other options I've tried. So I do like that. But I will say, in the overall length, if you're in between two sizes often, I'd probably go with the larger of the two personally, from what I have experienced with these particular boots. So just something to keep in mind there. Again, $450, so they will ship to you for free. Let's start talking about some of the details here and what these things are bringing to the table. As you can see, nice metal toe there, very strong, very stout. If you've ridden off-road in the dirt riding application in any capacity, you're probably going to be kicking a lot of things, whether it's your bike or trees or roots or logs, what have you. So I do like the metal toe cap right there. Very stout, very strong toe. One thing I would note is that I wish there was a little bit more of a grip to this right here. Manipulating your shifter, I think it could have used a little bit more work. Maybe on the next iteration we'll have some type of different material just to give it a little bit more grip, as you're banging through the gears there. So just something that we noticed when we were testing these bad boys out. Hard TPU material as it works its way back, and then some more of that microfiber, and then once again we're hopping right back into that TPU material. The ankle is very stout, and as I mentioned before, it locks in the ankle very well. Now, I've used a variety of different riding shoes and riding boots, like Tech 7s, I've used the Leat 6.5s, I've used all kinds of different options, Fox boots. I really enjoy how the ankles are on the Sidis, because it really locks them in nice and snug. So it feels very protective, you feel nice and secure. But as you can see, you do have the dual hinge system incorporated as well on this side, as you can see, and that's giving you that flexibility forward and backwards, but it's going to help with that medial and lateral protection, right? Help you prevent from tearing your ACL and things like that. But you can see you've got this little blocker here as well, so it's only going to allow this to flex so far backwards, and obviously it's only going to allow it so far forward. So I do like the dual hinge system. It helps with the overall comfort and the ability to manipulate your controls, but it's still giving you that stout level of protection that you're looking for and that you're going to want to have when you're out there ripping around on the trails or at the motocross track. So yeah, I like the dual hinge system a lot. We're seeing that a lot from manufacturers. I wish this went a little bit lower to help grip. As you can see, we've got some wear in this particular area right there on that dual hinge system. I think this could have been incorporated down and maybe have some of this material right here just for a little bit better grip. Certainly not a deal breaker for me by any stretch of the matter. I was looking at some alternative brands and things like that too, just to see how low some of the gripper panels went and things like that. So I think on the next iteration, I'd love to see some of that incorporated here as well. but more of that hard TPU on the sides. You can see that wrapping all the way around the boot here. The buckles themselves, 4 buckles. I like that I've got 4 here, and then we've got the metal inlets here, and then the buckles themselves are plastic. These are replaceable. And I will say, if you're looking to, maybe you want to step it up in the overall protection or just the level of boot, the Toho would be a step up from these. They're about $530 though, so you're going to pay a bit more, but they have a bit more replaceable parts incorporated. So that is something to keep in mind though. As you step up into the more premium options within Sidi's line, you're going to get more replaceable parts and things of that nature. So just something to keep in mind there. Very easy to adjust, very easy to open and close, and we all know how that the adjustments go, I'm sure, but you just push these in, kind of bend it back, push it in, and you can make those adjustments. Very, very simple design, but effective. Little Velcro tab there towards the top as we work our way on the inside. And that is just a gaiter right here. This is not waterproof. That's not going to prevent water from rushing in here. It will help prevent a little bit of water and mainly debris from getting inside the boot there. But I've seen a lot of people think that it's waterproof up to this level for some reason, and that's certainly not the case. So working our way to the interior, 3D mesh interior, very straightforward. Just helps circulate some airflow for you, keep you nice and comfortable on the inside of the boot there. Otherwise, the buckles themselves, as I mentioned, metal inlets, and then the plastic buckles. Now, one thing I wanted to mention about the sole. This is a thermo welded stitch sole all the way around here. This sole is replaceable. I really like that you can replace the sole because that's one of the first things to wear out. If you think about dirt bike foot pegs, they're very aggressive and they're designed to give you the maximum grip that you can have. So this tends to get beat up quite a bit. So this is replaceable, and I'm sure the sole will wear out long before the rest of the boot, so that it's nice to have that option to get the sole replaced if you need to do so. When it comes to the stiffness scale, looking about a 9 out of 10. That's pretty much par for the course when it comes to MX style boots or any boots that you're going to be wearing in more technical terrain out there on the trails. That's what you want. You want that sturdy structure to help protect you appropriately. So again, 9 out of 10. Definitely not something you want to hop off of the bike and hike around in all day long. That is for sure. But I really like these particular boots. I genuinely do. I've had a lot of issues wearing Sidi boots in the past just because of that plate in my ankle, and I think we've got a little bit more room around the ankle, a little bit more comfort incorporated here. They're very lightweight, and I think they're a bit more low profile than some of the other options that we've seen in the past from Sidi. So Sidi, kudos to you guys, and I like the price point. It's not $1 billion. It's still still up there when it comes to the price, but considering the level of quality that Sidi brings to the table, I'm certainly not too mad about it. I think a lot of riders are going to be happy about this particular pair of boots, but maybe not in this Papa Smurf blue, but to each their own. If you're looking for more details, click that info button. That'll take you over to the product page. And as always, we do have our customer service team. They're all riders, more than happy to get you pointed in the right direction. If you want to talk about these boots or any alternative options, they are there to help you out, and they'll be happy to do it. So thanks for hanging out with us for a bit, taking a closer look at the Sidi X-Power Boots. I'm Brandon. Keep it pinned.